Wonderhussy here, camping at a very remote hot spring in the middle of nowhere on the west side of Death Valley. I'm here with my buddy Rex. We hiked to a really cool waterfall the other day at a beekeeper's hut. Today we're going to hike to, what are we hiking to?
It's called Big Silver Mine.
Big Silver Mine. So if you watched the video that we made hiking up to that waterfall, that was in one of these canyons in the Inyo Mountains. These are the Inyo Mountains. We're gonna hike all the way down. Well, you can't see it because the palm trees are blocking it, but there's another canyon down there, and that's where we're headed. So let's get in the rig and go. Oh, wait. First stop on our trek to this abandoned mine. Look at that. There's mailboxes out here in the middle of nowhere. There's not a house to be seen for probably 100 miles in any direction, 50 miles. But there's these mailboxes. And it said, well, you can't read it, but it said Chili Bob. Chili Bob apparently was a guy, a regular at the hot springs where we're camping. Way down over on that side of the valley. And apparently, I never met him, but Rex did. And he said he used to sit in the hot spring and drink beer after beer after beer every day. And then he died in his 40s. So, now there's this mailbox here for him that people leave beers for Chili Bob. How about that? A nice, warm, natty ice. There is nothing icy about this. I guarantee this thing is so hot. Oh my
It's all puffed up.
It looks like it's about to blow up. Oh, that's how they make it?
I don't know. I think that's
okay.
puffed
Wow,
up.
I don't know, but put it back in there before it blows up. Yikes, I don't want natty ice on me. Okay, time for a second stop. Now we're gonna go check out this giant salt lake, which you can see gleaming white in the distance with those really weird wooden structures on it. And if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you might remember I made a video out there many years ago. Unfortunately, the audio was terrible because it was a windy day and I didn't have a good microphone back then, but it's a big salt lake where they used to mine salt back in the... Oh gosh, I'm not sure, but there's this helpful, informative sign here that'll probably tell us. The steepest tramway in the United States, recognized as an engineering marvel, the Saline Valley Salt Tram ascends 7,600 feet up the eastern slope of the Inyo Mountains, all the way up and over those mountains, and then descends 5,100 feet to the Owens Valley over on the western side. It says White Smith, an attorney and bishop, and his brothers decided to build the 13.5-mile aerial tramway to ship the unusually pure salt from Saline Valley to California markets. This is supposed to be really good, pure salt. In fact, I've stopped here before in that video I made and we took some home with us. And one of the people I was with is a cook, a chef, and he said it was like the best salt ever for cooking. I used mine to mix with coconut oil and do like a salt scrub, and it was friggin' out of sight. That was years ago though. I'm way, way out of Saline Valley salt. So we're gonna try to cruise down there in Rex's 4Runner. There's a little road that you can get right up to the edge of the salt pan. And I'm gonna try to collect some salt. Only downside is we've had a really wet winter and it looks like there might be too much moisture for us to get close enough to get salt, but we're gonna try anyway. So apparently construction of this salt tram began in 1911, requiring over 1 million board feet of timber for tower construction and 53 miles of cable. Remember, they had to lug that salt. Those were the tram supports, so there was cables and little wooden tram supporters all the way up and over those mountains and down to the other side. I mean, it's unreal. Matter of fact, if you're really interested in this salt tram, I did a video one time where I hiked from the top up there, down, like halfway down, there was kind of like a halfway station where they had like a base camp. In fact, this might actually be a picture of it. I don't know. They had like this kind of way station halfway along the trip up this side of the mountains where... I don't know, I guess it seemed like they stopped and spent the night. Because if you watched that video I made, there was like old beds and all kinds of old cooking pots and pans. I mean, that was the hardest hike I've ever done in my life. I came down from the top, halfway down, went to the little camp, explored it, and then I had to hike back up. And I've done a lot of hiking, but that was tough. Anyway, July 1913, the first load of salt was delivered to the railroad terminal in Keeler. The operation of the tram was a brief success, but financial and legal problems forced it to change hands several times, and operations ended in 1930. So, just about 100 years ago, this has been abandoned. Let's see if we can get close enough down to the Salt Lake to get some salt. Okay, let's see how close we can get to this salt lake. I do have a Tupperware container that I was planning to fill with salt, but it looks pretty nasty and boggy leading out there, so I'm not sure I'll be able to get close enough. We'll go check that out in a minute, but before we do that, let's take a closer look at this tram support. Really remarkable that this thing is still standing after almost 100 years of baking in the hot desert sun, and not just the hot desert sun, but the corrosive salt all around it. Every time it's windy, salt probably blows all over it. It's pretty amazing that these metal bolts are still intact, you know? Look at that thing. They just don't make them like that anymore. Okay, let's see if we can get to the edge of the Salt Lake. Oh, you can see the ground is real weird. It's kind of crunchy and puffy and coated in white salt. Rex and his dogs are already headed down to the edge of this amazingly colored lake. I mean, this is absolutely surreal. I'm guessing those are old, well, they look like old trees that I guess they hauled down here to do something with the tramway supports. Long abandoned, just laying there salting away. Oh, wow, look how cool this is. Oh my God, the color of this is just unreal. But, oh yeah, it is starting to get kind of muddy. You don't think you can get close enough to get salt? Well, I don't know. I mean, this is still okay. Yeah, but we're getting into the danger zone. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful color? And the way those little, I guess those were like pylons supporting some kind of little walkway. Back in the day, there was walkways crisscrossing this salt pan. It's not salty?
Kind of bitter. It's a different kind of salt.
Oh, well, yeah. Wow, it's not good though. Oh my God, look how everything is just coated in it looks like frost, but it's salt. Oh my gosh, it's twinkling in the sun. That's wild. And the colors on this are just amazing.
Huh.
Yeah, so I think last time we came out here, we went down that little pier, but that just leads out into that pink lake. I'm not going to be able to get any table salt from that. Maybe I might. Yeah, I might just try walking this way and see if I can get out here. Oh my gosh. I feel like I could probably scrape that up. Let me see. I guess I could try a little taste of it and see how it is. Not bad. I'm just going to kind of scrape some up. See if I can just kind of scoop some up. Oh yeah, look at this. I'll be able to fill this whole Tupperware. No problemos. All right, look at that. I was able to pack the entire container full of salt. Oh, look, Rex just found a piece of an old crashed airplane over here. That's a piece of the old plane. Yeah, well, supposedly there was a plane that went down on this salt pan, and you can still see the marks from where it skidded to a landing out there somewhere. Wow, look at that. That's pretty scary.
Damn.
Full of bullet holes now. Shocker. Imagine crash landing on a salt pan in the middle of this desolate valley. Talk about a yikers moment. Visually arresting. And then what's even more arresting is that all of this weirdness is at the base of this giant 11,000 foot high mountain range. And that's where we're going next, up into the canyon. Okay, finally on the road to our real destination, which is this old silver mine. Awesome, we're here. Look at this old stone shelter. I mean, I wouldn't even really call it a cabin, but it says right on the front, Big Silver. That's the name of this mine, Big Silver. Doors still framed in. Let's go inside. Oh, just one little room with a few rafters left up there. Not much left to see in here. Pretty cool though. Look at that, the little threshold is still there. And that is cute. Hinges still on the door. How about that? Oh my gosh, yeah, look at the wildflowers. Dang, it's like an unexpected bonus. Beautiful. Little, I mean, out here in this rocky soil, little flowers. Talk about wildflowers. Look at all the wildflowers around that. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Look at all these little pink flowers growing at the base of this old stove. Love it. Boy, that was a monster stove. I mean, 2 ovens cooking up all kind of big, hearty mine camp breakfasts. Pancakes, or I guess they would call them flapjacks. Bacon, black coffee, you know, biscuits and gravy. Or, I don't know, maybe Vienna sausages. Blah. Actually, there's a couple little campfire rings here. Look at that right behind the car. What a campsite. If you camped up here at the Big Silver Mine, this would be the view from your campsite. Pretty impressive. You can even see the Salt Lake way there in the distance. Okay, well, I think we ought to hike up the rest of this old mining road because I think there's some kind of mine adit at the top. And technically we could probably just drive up here because this road doesn't look too bad. I mean, there's a few obstacles in the way, but I'm sure the 4Runner would be more than capable. But I need some exercise anyway. I've been doing nothing but sitting around naked at the hot springs drinking liquor all week. And I don't want to get a big fat you know what. Well, we made it to the top. Look at that.
Great.
Well, we brought our headlamps.
You're not supposed to go in them, but I guess we're gonna anyway.
Since when do you listen to what the government says, Rex?
I work for the BLM.
Oh, you used to work for the BLM?
They forbid us to go in them because you can walk in there and get some bad gas and fall over.
Yeah, no, there are significant dangers to going in these adits. That being said, you don't work for the BLM anymore. What are you going to do? Are you going to
go in?
Woo, yeah, look at that. Oh, it says keep out bad air. I don't know, man.
Does it say bad air?
Yeah, look up top on that timber.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get gassed. You think they're just saying that to scare people away? Well, a little known fact about me, I used to work for a breath holding fetish website.
I know, I remember that.
Yeah, so one time I held my breath for 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
I was gonna ask you about it. That's
so I feel like I can't do that anymore, but I could at least hold my breath for 1 minute. So I'm going to go in as far as I can with my breath held. So I won't be able to narrate anything. But let's go inside and check it out. Okay, I got to pack in some air. This reminds me of when I was at that toxic hot spring in Colorado last summer. Oh, that wasn't even a minute. I'm out of practice. Rex is still in there. Rex is a risk taker. I'll let him do the scouting. I should have given him my camera. Dang it. Well, hopefully he's okay, though, because if he does pass out, I think he has the car key with him. And so that would mean I'd have to go in there to get the car key and try to drag him out. You know, I've been known to take some pretty big risks myself. But I don't know. I mean, bad air, that just freaks me out. While I'm waiting for Rex to hopefully reemerge, might as well poke around the exterior. Well, I guess I can go into this little front part. This is where they hung their hard hats or headlamps or whatever. And then that must have been where they did some kind of sorting work. Golly, I sure hope Rex is okay. Oh, look, there's like a little trail leading around the side, too. Let's see what's up here. It's a pretty well-beaten little path, so there's got to be something good up here. Holy cow, look at this trail. It just kind of hugs the side of this mountain. But look at the view. This is a sheer, almost sheer drop off on this side. You can see the whole salt pan. Oh yay, look, Rex is alive. He made it out. Woohoo! I guess the air wasn't that bad. And here comes Rex's hiking dogs. Mojo and Roxy. Did I miss anything down there, Rex? Was it cool?
No, it said 395 feet. I guess that's how deep it was.
Oh, wow. But was there anything down there, like dynamite boxes or anything?
No.
Wait, you started to feel dizzy.
No.
Oh, well, don't look down.
You want to keep going? Or?
You can, yeah, you go ahead.
You want me ahead of you?
Well, just because the dogs. Oh, is this the end of the trail? Ooh, another edit. I mean, there's no sign on this one saying bad air, but that's not to say that there isn't bad air. They probably just don't expect most people to hike all the way up here. Okay, I'm gonna turn on my flash because it looks pretty dark in there. Let's see. Oh, wow. This goes back quite a ways. Oh my gosh. I don't know, it seems like, oh, is this the dead end? Oh yeah, finally the end, there we go. Woo! I can never turn around until I get to the ends of these dang things. Okay, let's go back out. Now, the nice thing about being down here is it's like 20, 30 degrees cooler than outside. And it is a hot day out there. So I am kind of enjoying the coolness, but oh my God. Ugh, look how sweaty I am. Blah. Not my finest moment. Back out into blessed daylight. Wow, that was pretty cool. I mean, there wasn't anything in the mine, but it was definitely worth hiking up here.
Did you see the bat?
Coming out here. No, I didn't see the bat, but I still saw plenty enough to make this another wonderful adventure.